If you have ever tripped in public, then you know how it feels when I say that it is one of the most fun and scary things that you can do. If you've never tripped outside though, let me explain what I mean. This story takes us back to the summer of 2020. I had just done acid for the first time that April and it was a wild experience. However, this was sadly right when the lockdown had started here in Canada, so I was confined to tripping alone in my room late at night so that I wouldn't get busted by my mom. But when 2 months later in June, my older cousin Rishi hollered at me and said, "Hey yo OG, what you saying, you trying to do some acid this weekend?" So I told him hell yeah. For some context, Rishi and I go all the way back. He's like the older brother that I never had, and a lot of my first experiences with were with him. There is just one problem though. I didn't have a plug anymore since the guy I got it from last time deleted his number. But there's no reason to panic because I hollered at the 10th prestige fiend himself, Frank, who had all the connects to all the plugs. After I gave Frank a shout, he told me he had a new plug who only took orders through Instagram. So I sent the account a DM and I asked for 2 tabs that very same night. A few hours later, the plug hit back and I called Rishi and told him it was time. Rishi picked me up and we got the location for the exchange, which for some reason was in the parking lot of a Taco Bell. We didn't question it and we just headed to the spot. However, in typical illicit vendor fashion, the guy showed up 20 minutes late. Once the guy finally showed up, Rishi got the stuff and we were out of there. The next morning, Rishi and his little brother Imaan, who is in every story on this channel by the way, picked me up and we headed to the valley in downtown. Once we got there, we parked near an opening in the trees. We headed into the woods and on our way in, me and Rishi popped the tabs in our mouths. We decided to slowly descend down the valley to the bottom, and at that point the acid hadn't taken effect, so we decided to just smoke a joint and watch the river. As we smoked, we started to feel the acid kick in, so we finished up the joint and headed up the hill to get a better view of the river. At the top of the hill, however, was when things started to get proper wonky, as me and Rishi both started to just geek out about the visuals in the river. But this is when things got weird as fuck. Me and Rishi started to communicate telepathically. I know you might think that that's a load of shit, and I understand why, but deadass, we are communicating through our thoughts, dog. That's crazy. We were acting up too much, so Imaan said he thought it was best that we went to a spot that was more low-key, and me and Rishi agreed. So we followed Imaan, and somehow, I shit you not, this man led us to a dog path that was as narrow as a door frame with a 20-foot drop on either side. Like, that shit was literally like a ledge from Assassin's Creed, bro. Just a complete side note here, but why are there not any guardrails there? Like, what if the person's dog just is hella aggressive and throws them off the cliff? Anyways, as we're going up this man versus wild ass hill, the unthinkable happens. I slip and my foot falls off the side. Now my ass is laid out with one foot hanging down, stressed because my Adidas slide is about to fall down to the bottom of what at the time looked as deep as the Grand Canyon, you guys. But just as all hope seemed to be lost and my slide's fate was nearly sealed, my hero dived in and he leapt to my rescue. It was Imaan. He was holding onto a branch for support like Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man, and then he yanked me up with my flip-flops still attached. After my near fatal fall, we knew it was time to get out of the valley, so we came back out through the opening and we saw the car. This next part though is super weird because as the 3 of us walked back to the car, we experienced a literal mirage. Even Imaan, who wasn't even on acid, saw it. As we walked towards the car, its distance didn't change for a full 20 seconds, people. Even weirder, once we acknowledged it that it was not moving, it stopped and we reached the car like 3 seconds later. Once we got back in the car, Imaan just played some tunes and we went to go and get some grub. After we chowed down, we headed back to our neck of the woods as the trip was starting to come to an end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more, comment what you thought down below, leave a like if you liked it, share it with your friends. If you want to show Rishi some love, his Twitch will be linked down in the description along with all my social media. Go ahead and follow me if you want to. Okay, love you, bye.